A runaway bus suddenly plowed into a crowd until it crashed into another vehicle and finally stopped. The village chief rushed over and yelled at the scum to get out. He noticed the driver seemed to be suffering from some strange illness, but the chief assumed he was just drunk and was completely unaware the driver had turned into a zombie, and just like that, the village chief was the first to fall. The guests at the chief's house were stunned, watching the commotion. The next second, the chief, now bitten and dead, also turned into a zombie and charged at the crowd. The chief's home quickly turned into a bloodbath. Fortunately, Awei, his son, and his sister-in-law managed to escape by hiding in the restroom. But just as they were preparing to flee, they were discovered by the zombies. The ant behind them was immediately snatched by a zombie. Awei quickly led his son and sister-in-law into the village chief's house, locking the zombies outside. However, once inside, they realized the front door wasn't properly closed, and a zombie outside was currently feeding. Awei quietly crept closer, then cautiously closed the door. He immediately called his wife to tell her they were trapped in the chief's house and to hurry up and drive there to pick them up. Upon hearing the situation, Asian immediately drove toward the chief's house with her younger brother. But as soon as they arrived, they saw the tragic scene in front of them. It was Asian's first time encountering a zombie, and she didn't know their characteristics. She actually tried to use the car horn to scare the zombies away, completely unaware that zombies are drawn to sound. Soon, she attracted all the surrounding zombies. It was only then that the two realized how terrifying zombies were. A zombie even climbed onto the car hood, trying to attack their faces. They desperately drove the car, trying to shake off the zombie. Her brother seized an opportunity and performed a divine dragon tail whip maneuver, a quick, sharp turn to throw the zombie off. Unfortunately, an innocent uncle passing by became their scapegoat. Luckily, they had diverted all the zombies, making Awei and the other two temporarily safe. Awei and his group quickly fled the chief's house. They tried to start the bus they arrived in, but the severe impact had rendered it inoperable. Awei was preparing to call for a tow again when the ant who had been bitten earlier, now a zombie, chased after them. Awei quickly hoisted his son and sister-in-law and ran home. Finally, the three prepared to hide in a small house by the road. But Awei, seeing his chance, decided to fight the zombie head-on. Ultimately, Awei was tackled by the zombie. His sister-in-law felt a great disaster was imminent and quickly grabbed a dagger to fend for herself. Fortunately, it was Awei who eventually stumbled into the house. It seemed he had truly taken down that zombie. Sadly, his arm had been bitten. The virus quickly began to infect Awei's body. Soon, Awei was infected and transformed into a zombie. He became a bloodthirsty beast, fiercely attacking his own son and sister-in-law. The two quickly hid in the storage room and braced the door. Awei gathered his strength for one last charge and smashed the door open, but because he couldn't stop, he was impaled by the saw blade in front of him. The two were temporarily out of danger. Meanwhile, Asian, distracted by worry for her son, nearly crashed into a truck. She managed to swerve out of the way only to crash into a pile of straw further ahead. The truck driver quickly got out to check on them. Luckily, neither was injured. They didn't care about the driver's concern, as they were more worried about the horde of zombies chasing them. Soon, the zombie army caught up. They started fiercely hitting the truck. The passengers inside looked utterly bewildered. The zombies quickly climbed onto the truck and started attacking the passengers. The truck driver thought these people were trying to hijack his vehicle. Asian and her brother wanted to intervene, but it was too late. All the passengers, along with the driver, joined the ranks of the zombies. Seeing the situation, the two immediately fled. They successfully reached the nearest police station to report the case. However, the police completely disbelieved such an absurd story about zombies. Helpless, the two could only say that people were gathering and fighting. But when the police arrived at the scene, they were immediately terrified.